What's going on, y'all? This Small World. Another episode of 30 Minutes with Small World. Today with me, I have my brother from another mother, Antwone DiirtDreamSaver Johnson. What's going on, dog?
Hey, what's happening, everybody, man? Thank y'all for having me, man. I am Antoine DiirtDreamSaver Johnson, and it's a pleasure to be here. Let's get it.
Yeah. So just tell the people where you from real quick.
Oakland, California is where I'm from right now. I actually reside in Hayward. We been out here in Hayward for about maybe 13, 14 years now. Um, Born and raised in Oakland, out here in the Bay, and and that's pretty much it, man. I've been all around the Bay, but predominantly in Oakland and, and Hayward for the last 14 years.
All right, cool. For those of y'all who don't know, this is also the co-host of Who Am I the series. Make sure y'all go check that out on
Oh yeah,
YouTube.
it's coming back too. It's coming back. We had to take a little break. It's been some things going on, but I got so much clarity throughout the break that when we come back, it's gonna be straight to the point, heavy hitting, and
For real,
I'm,
for
I'm
real,
excited about that.
for real. But tell the people what's going on about your booking and everything.
Oh yeah, man. So got it. I can't just jump right into that. I got to give you all a little bit of the backstory.
Okay.
Uh, like I said, I was born and raised in Oakland, California, and normal life for the most part. As a young black man out here in out here, just growing up, seeing different people go down different paths, how life and things happen. I was in a situation to where I started working at 15, supported myself since 17, and just had been a grade A employee,
Okay.
like you know what I mean, for
Yeah.
20 plus years. And I got fired from my job in 2019. Um, like I said, I've been working since 15, supporting myself since 17, and that's the really first time I was unemployed with no understanding of where I was gonna get some type of income from.
Yes,
So
exactly. That was gonna be one of the questions, like what happened, from the switch to mindset transition from, because me personally, you know, I didn't intend to go on it, but it just happened.
that
You
that's
understand?
how
So
that's how it be. That's how it be.
yeah.
It's like everything happens in divine time. I definitely had a work 40 years, retire, and hope to get lucky, hit the lotto, or like I knew I was gonna figure it out along the way. I
Hmm.
always knew that the 40 40 40 thing was a scam. Working 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life to retire at 40%, but I didn't know anything different. I didn't have any different understanding. So my goal was to, like I said, probably try to win a lotto, figure some real estate stuff out, or which I can still do. But as far as the working thing, like I work now, but it's a different mindset and a different purpose that I put the time and the effort and energy in. But what happened was I was working for an airline, and I ended up catching a DUI. It was actually my third DUI, and I lost my driver license. My driver license was required for me to have that position that I held at the airline, and they ended up letting me go. I don't really want to get into that whole story, but the what happened in the nutshell is I ended up getting let go around 29 towards the end of 2019, and it forced me to do some thinking and some soul searching because, like I was getting ready to say, that was the first time in my life that I didn't have a job and didn't know where the income was going to be coming from. At this point, I'm married, got two children. We had just moved into our new house, and our livelihood was dependent on my income. So I was going through a little bit of depression and self discovery at the same time. But what I started asking myself is, why would I expect anything different over the next 20 plus years of working if I didn't do anything different, if I didn't try anything different, if I didn't learn anything different?
True.
So
True.
that's it. Also sent me to thinking and just thinking about my track record and my history. Like, what have I not accomplished, or what have I not succeeded in? That I did everything I was supposed to do, gave my absolute all in, didn't try to take shortcuts, and didn't give up on. And the answer was nothing. There was nothing I never didn't accomplish. So now my goal was to figure out a way and learn to become what I ever I need to become, so that I never had to worry about where my money was coming from. I never
Hmm.
had to beg another man or another person for opportunity or a position to feed and provide for my family, because it made me feel so weak when I got fired, man, because I always had put my manlyhood and me being a man in the fact that I had a job and I could provide. So
Yeah.
when I was taken away from me and me putting that at the forefront of my manhood, it really made me question, was I really a man? And I was like, man, as long as you gotta really beg somebody or depend on somebody else, you really can't call yourself a man. So I wanted to learn how to figure out where I went wrong first, but then learn how to go about doing that. And once I started down that journey, it really set off so many different light bulbs in my head about just the educational system and just what you really need to know as opposed to what you go through your life thinking you need to know. And so many revelations was hitting just back to back to back to back. So many different light bulbs. It was like, oh man, I feel like I got the cheat code now. I feel like now that I'm asking the right questions and searching for the right information, I got the right understanding of how to go about building the life of my dreams. And that led me to, Lord forbid anything was to happen, like I'm almost about to be 40 years old when I'm coming into these thoughts and coming into this understanding. I didn't want my children to have to damn near be 40 or older to where they got figured out the information or
Hmm.
got the understanding. So that's what led me to start writing down the notes. And then after really gathering it and putting it like a cheat sheet type of form, it dawned on me that not only do my children need this, that all the children that's growing up in this country need this. So then I decided to just go ahead and put it in book form. And I titled the book 4 Years to Life. And that's pretty much what it's about, man. Just what I figure are some cheat codes or some hacks to get to the life of your dreams and be able to build the life of your dreams. Because ain't nobody gonna give it to you. You got to build it. But if you don't know what tools you need and if you don't know how to use those tools, then you ain't gonna never get it. Because if you got to build it and you don't know how, you're stuck.
For
So
real,
that's
for
what the
real.
book was helping giving you those guidelines, those tools, those understanding of how to learn to go about using the tools. Because I can tell you about the tools that work for me and the tools that I
Hmm.
use. There are some basic principles that everybody has, that everybody needs, that everybody that is living the life of their dreams or what we would consider successful have these core principles that I speak on. But as far as what tools you're going to need to go about building your life, that's for you to figure out and understand. And I just ask the questions to help you actually figure that out, because your dream life ain't supposed to look like my dream life. So therefore, if we got two different, visions, we're going to need we may need some of the same tools, and we're going to also
Hmm.
need different tools as well. So that's what it's about, man. 4 years to life. Everybody pretty much go to high school. All of our people go to high school, and the majority of them graduate high school. Some of them continue on to college, but a lot of them leaving out high school with the basic understanding and the basic knowledge of now it's life. Like
True,
we
true.
go through high school in such a rush to get out, but then when we get out and then real life hit us, we understand it. Then we not really prepared as we thought we were, and a lot of us end up playing catch up for the rest of the time that we have on this planet. So the book 4 Years to Life is letting you know that freshman year, man, 4 years, real life in the hit. So let's make these decisions. Let's get what I need. Let's understand who I'm trying to be, what I'm striving to do, and go get the information and the tools I need to be able to do that.
All right, man. That's great, man. I love to hear that. And I also seen you also do work for the community as well.
Oh yeah, man. So I started once I went through all my light bulbs going off and understanding that, like, for me to be able to build the life of my dreams, I got to be able to make money on, like, without having to punch a clock, because I quickly realized that it's only 24 hours in a day, and if you're getting paid hourly and you got dreams on being a millionaire, you must got a really big ass hourly salary, because it just didn't add up, man. It's not enough time in a day So with me really wanting to be a millionaire, billionaire, financially free, leave a financial legacy for my family, it really forced me to understand that I got to stop trading time for money, and I got to figure out how to trade value for money. And value, there's no limit on the value that I can bring you or to the world. So therefore, if I'm trading value for money, there's no limit on my earning potential. But if I'm continuing to trade that time for money, I'm already capped out at 24 hours a day, and you really know you can't really honestly do that anyway. So I started my own LLC, Dream Savers LLC, to where it helped me and forced me to learn how to actually run a company. And what my company does is what I spoke about the book. I have a curriculum to go with that, so I motivational speak in different places. And me being a new entrepreneur, I was bumping my head against the wall, man. It was so many things that I never knew that I needed to know, and there was so much that I found out that I needed to know, and the learning curve was very different than just me having that employee mindset. So throughout that shift, I'm trying to learn how to be an entrepreneur. I'm trying to learn the mindset of an entrepreneur. I'm trying to learn how to start a company, how to run a company, what the company need. And I'm doing all of this while depending on money from the company. So that was creating a stress factor because I'm brand new to this and I can't be putting the pressure on myself to have to live off something I don't even really know what I'm doing. So that led me to um, really wanting to figure things out at an expeditious pace. But then it was like, how can I learn the fastest? And throughout my entrepreneur journey, the fastest way I've been learning is to offer my skills and services and whatever I can do to other entrepreneurs. Meaning, like, I'm pretty much working for them, with them, however you want to put it. But I'm not just going there with the employee hat on. I'm going there paying attention on, okay, how is this functioning over here? How is this functioning over there? Okay, what do I need? Okay, where did I drop the ball at? This, that, and this. And that led me to really discovering who I want to help and how I want to help them. So I partnered with a nonprofit organization called the Village Method. It's based out here in the Bay Area. And what the Village Method is, it's a community building nonprofit that's currently disguised as an after school program. So what I do is I run after school programming for schools, the scholars at the schools. But in between that, we actually reach out to the families and have community events to bring the people back together to understanding that we are one. We teach from an African principle. Everything we do is African based because we like to immediately let our scholars know and let our families know why we do that. And the reason we do that is because humanity started in Africa. And at this point, this is just me saying this, not the company. I feel like we need a reset. I feel like we all need a reset as human beings, as creatures of the Most High, a reset of understanding who we are and what our true purpose is. So, and when you reset something, you start back at the beginning, right? So, if humanity started in Africa, that's the beginning.
Okay, I understand that. I understand that. I understand that. Um, who are some of your influences, if you have any, that led you into this direction? Um, that type of deal.
Um, I got different influences for different motivations and different things that I may need throughout this journey. So first and foremost, I got to give my wife, like, she's my inspiration because like I said, I got that third DUI, and at the time we had two children. We now have four. Only thing I ever wanted growing up, excuse me, my throat a little itchy. Only thing I ever wanted growing up was a beautiful wife and a loving family. So once I got that, I wasn't really striving to grow no more. I wasn't really striving to learn nothing new. I wasn't really striving for nothing more. I had a beautiful wife. We had a house. I had a great job making good money. So it was just like I wasn't striving for nothing next. So when the job was taken away from me and I was working 80 to 100 hours a week, it really forced me to think about where I was putting the majority of my time and my energy and like what really does matter the most to me. Because I also had to get over that alcohol addiction I had. But that was pretty easy once I started asking the right questions. And the right question for me was, do I love alcohol more than my family? And the answer was no. So I was like, now you got to make a choice. Because if you continue to drink, you're choosing alcohol over your family. And if you don't love alcohol more than your family, that's a dumb choice. So I want to give like my first piece of inspiration to my wife, man, because I was inspired to make sure that I did right by her, I did right by my family, I did right by my children, and that inspiration just led me to want to get on this path to be able to not only build my life of the life of my dreams, but to be able to put my family, my wife, my children in the position that they deserve as well, which is a better life. So that's my first inspiration, man. My wife, my children, and then I'm deeply inspired by Brother Ben X, his journey, his path, his mission, and how he goes about striving to complete that. I'm also inspired by uh, a lot of different motivational speakers, man. Eric Thomas, Jim Rohn, Bob Proctor, um, Zig Ziglar, uh, uh, what's his name? Anderson. I can't even think right now. But he speaks in the schools a lot too. I don't even know why I can't think of his brother's name, man. But he out there, man. So I'm influenced by the Minister Farrakhan. I'm influenced by Dr. Tony Evans. I'm influenced by, most importantly, the creator of all of this. Just wanting to strive to be closer to that entity. I'm inspired by Dr. Miles Monroe. So I've been listening to a lot of different things, reading a lot of different books from these different people, man. Another one I love is Les Miles, not Les Miles, but Les Brown. Um, yeah, man, I'm inspired by everyday people too, man. Like, because I know that now that I understand who God is, I know how to look, see, and hear God, and that's through my fellow brother and sister. So I get inspired by seeing my people win, seeing my people strive to grow, better. Like, you can always see me talking about growth. You can see my brand in the back, growing with Dirt Brand. My nickname is Dirt, and I'm inspired by me. I'm inspired by me, man.
Good, good. So, for the people out there that may be wanting to, read, catch up, what's a good book you can recommend for the people?
It all depends on where you at in your journey. I always love to recommend Message to the Black Man in America. That was a great book. Also, when I get asked this question, I get put on the spot, man. I be blanking out on my books, but uh, The Alchemist is a great book. Um, what's another one with Pindar? Man, what's the name of that book? You had to, man. I wish you would have told me you was gonna ask me that question, but because I be blanking out with the book titles,
Yeah,
man. But I got a
yeah.
whole
It just
bunch of
went
them on the
with it. You know
side
what
of
I'm
the
saying?
bed.
I just went with the flow right there. But
Yeah, now that was cool though. That was cool. I'm gonna definitely when this get posted, y'all. I'm gonna definitely go in the chat and hit y'all with some of the books that helped me throughout my journey. I really be forgetting the titles though, y'all. I'm working on this one book right now. I read a lot of books about leadership. I don't know if you can see it, my thing, but 15. Let's say 15 commitments to conscious leadership. So this is a good one. I read a lot of books about leadership. A lot of books about personal development. Because that's all. I ain't gonna go as far as I can take them. So the better I am, the better chances I got of pulling these dreams into fruition. And that's what the whole. Let me just go and speak on that. The whole growing with Dirt brand is about, man. Like when I hit that wall, my rock bottom after that third DUI, getting fired from my job, I realized that I only know what I know. And I looked around, and everything in my life was because of the knowledge that I attained and my use of that knowledge. So I wanted to do better. I wanted to have more. And in order to get different, you got to become different. So I knew if I wanted to level up my life, or I wanted my life to grow, that I was going to have to grow. But that also told me that, like, damn, if I grow, but the people around me don't grow, we going to end up growing apart. So my growing with Dirt brand, that's a cry, man. My nickname Dirt, like I said, that's a cry out to every human being that like how I vibe and like want to be a part of just my circle, my life, my anything. My growing with Dirt brand is a cry out to you, telling you that I'm growing and I'm not gonna stop growing for you, for nobody, for anyone, man. I'm growing to become closer and closer to the creator. So with that being said, if you don't grow with me, we gonna grow apart, man. And be perfectly okay with that if you don't choose to grow. Like you ain't gotta do what I do, but you definitely gotta strive to be a better person today than you was yesterday. That's it. That's all. 1%
Yeah.
better every day, man. This same day next year, you'll be 365% better.
Hey man, that's what's up right there, man. Understand that. So yeah, everybody, man, make sure y'all check out the Growing with Dirt brand, man. Make sure y'all follow that. We're gonna make sure he put his links down there. Um, make sure y'all get him be on the lookout for the Who Am I?
Yeah.
Man, any last remarks you got for the people, my man?
Oh yeah, man. I just want to give you your flowers, man, and appreciate you for what you do and how you do it. It ain't easy to be consistent and to give people platforms to come speak their little piece. And I love you for that, man. And I'm definitely looking forward to us continuing. Who am I? Because everybody needs to answer that question for themselves.
Oh
And
yeah.
the reason I say that is because we wear so many different masks and so many different hats. And a lot of times that we are forced to wear those masks and hats before we find out our true identity. And it's a difference of when you know exactly who you are, comfortable and confident in who you are, putting on the mask, because then you know where you need to return to, who you come back to. It's just like I'm wearing this mask for this time. But if you don't have that information and don't have that understanding, and you get to start wearing these masks that the world forced you to wear just to survive, just to get by, you can get lost in the mask. Like, what I mean by that is you get lost in the identity that you're portraying or the identity that you think you need to portray. And you end up living as that person as opposed to living to yourself, living for yourself, and knowing yourself. So that Who Am I podcast, man, is really where it's supposed to be, and I can't wait to get back to it because, like I
Hey,
said,
for real, for
I got
real.
a lot of clarity about direction, about understanding, about how to just speak my truth through my
Mm.
experience, man. So, if I had to leave y'all with one thing before I got up out of here, is don't stop growing. Don't stop growing, man. Like, because that's whatever ain't growing is dead. So it's meant for you to strive to be better, be grateful for what you got, attitude of gratitude, because it could be worse. It could be better. My daddy used to always tell me, son, I'm doing better than some and worse than others. But most importantly, I'm doing the best I can with what I got.
Hey, for real, man. Small World Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. Going with Dirt, Antwone DiirtDreamSaver Johnson.
Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. Hey, we just getting started, y'all. So tap in. Go ahead and follow all the social media links. Make some comments.
Yeah.
Let us know. Let the world know what are you growing to strive to do. Who do you want to become? Like what is it that you've been putting off? And we can do it as a community, man. The more people rooting for you, the more motivation you
Mm,
got on them
true.
days that
True.
it be rough. When you know you got a support system and you know you got people who looking up to you and wanting you to pull that into fruition, it gives you that push through, man. It gives you that
Yeah,
push
it
through.
really
So
do, man. It really
follow
do.
all the links. Make sure y'all tap in and share this with somebody.
Yeah, yeah. Small World out. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
Peace.